Hello, beautiful people from across the lands. It is your girl, Tashana Nicole. Join me on my journey to financial independence by eliminating debt, creating multiple streams of income, and inspiring others to dream again. Hello, if you are new here, what's up to my hopeful folks for returning? I am overdue for an update for my debt diary, and so I did kind of want to get you all up to date on what's been going on with my debt, a little bit of personal things as this has impacted my debt journey, but all in all, on the positive side, unlike my last check-in, my numbers are going down and not up. And so I want to get into how that has happened, some other contributing things that has impacted me along my debt freedom journey. And so let's get right into it. So those of you who may be new here, I have debt in the form of student loan, car loan, and a personal loan that used to be a car loan once upon a time. So in my debt collection, I don't have any credit card debt. My debt falls in those three categories. And so I do want to break those numbers down specifically on where I was the last time I checked in with you all and where I am currently now on the amount that has been paid thus far. Before I get into all of the numbers, I first want to talk about how I was able to get my debt going from upward down. If you have not got a chance to check out that video where I talked about how and why my debt began to increase, please be sure to do so. In this video, I'm specifically going to focus on how I was able to combat that and bring it down. So one of the main things that I did was definitely stick to my payments and what I was able to commit to. So as I began to get things back into balance, I made sure that whatever my monthly payments were for my debt, after looking and reevaluating my budget, that I was still able to commit to that. And if for any reason I was no longer able to or needed a smaller payment, I did make sure to call those respectable parties on where my debt was accumulating from and to, see if there was something I could be negotiated if need be. And like I stated in my previous debt diary, there was some situations that I was in where I had to put a pause on my payments and willingly letting them know what my financial situation was, so I would not be in the red or that debt would not, impact me in a negative way by eventually going on my credit report. So you definitely want to make sure that you are in constant communications with your debt collectors or debt people that you pay to let them know what your financial situation is, and if for whatever reason your finances changes and what you were able to commit to before is not necessarily reflective of what you can do now, be sure to communicate that and negotiate what you are able to do at this time. So that was one of the big things that I did that kind of helped me get back on balance and bring my debt down. I did focus during my rebuilding my savings account. There's a specific goal that I have in mind. I want to have at least 3 months worth of expenses saved in my savings account for my emergencies. And so after looking at my budget, after some things were moved around, I realized as I began to come down a little bit on what I was able to commit to my debt payments, there was some areas where I kind of wanted to focus on and increase my savings so I can get to that amount a lot sooner. Now, while you are on your debt journey, life will not stop happening. You could be on a roll, your savings is increasing, you're being able to knock down these debts bit by bit, and then life decides to say, knock, 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 hello. And so this happened to me during this time along my debt journey. I had a beautiful birthday weekend this past September, and 2 days after my birthday, I had a significant loss in my family. And so that completely took me by storm. I actually had to allocate some of my money to be able to attend that funeral, and also some things that I had to do to support my family during that time. And so that was something that just kind of like put me at a complete pause. In all honesty, like a pause everywhere in my life, as that losing my dear grandmother was very, very hard for me to process emotionally, but also it was a hit for me financially, as some things had to be addressed, financial wise. It was just a lot that was going on in my family and those connected to me, and it was a very hard time for us to kind of navigate and push through that. So a lot of things just had to be on pause, and I'm sharing that to just trying to shed light that, you know, these debt journeys, although it is exciting once you're paying down debt, sometimes it's a little frustrating when you're not seeing that debt go down. There are things that are going to come your way, whether it be, you know, unexpected death in your family, or whether it be an illness, or whether it be, you know, your emotional state, stress, depression, whatever, that's going to occur, because honestly, that is part of life. And I had to give myself space and grace to process that and not be so hard on myself, or not be so overwhelming on a simple fact that, oh, my, you know, savings goal is not being met, or my, you know, debt goal is not being met. I am extremely blessed and thankful that I did have my savings where it was. So I was able, when I, you know, when I experienced that loss, I was able to, you know, borrow from that because it was an emergency and I had that money available, and I was able to, you know, be right there for my family during that very trying time. And so for me, this was just one of the things, you know, along my financial journey that really just, you know, took me for a spin, and I really had to take time for myself to really process that and navigate. One of the things that we have to just kind of keep in mind is definitely give yourself that space and that grace to process life, because life is not going to stop because we want to make more money or because we want to get out of debt. And sometimes in these debt free journey videos or stories, we need to be you don't have to have everybody in your business, but I just want to be transparent on what this journey is looking like, just not on the financial hardships, but on the emotional hardships. And sometimes just taking that pause is really what's best. So now that you have all of that context, let's get into these numbers. Like I said, I have debt just in the areas of student loans, big eye roll, car loans, and a personal loan. So first, let's talk about student loans. So y'all know I got my little paper here. So for my student loans, the last time we checked in, my debt total was $83,274. And right now I am at $82,812. So that is a $462 difference. And I am pleased with that, and I am okay. I'm happy with that progress. So that is currently where I am with my student loan. Next is my car loan. My car loan total, the last time we checked in, was $15,751, and now I am at $14,540, and that is a $1,211 difference. Now, one of the things I want to point out specifically with my car loan that I noticed that I'm able to get more down is that I actually have my monthly payments broken into 2 payments. So what happens is every 2 weeks when I am paid, I have an automatic payment that is going to that loan. And I'm noticing that it is catching up to the direct balance faster than the interest growing on the debt. So I'm seeing more going towards the actual principal balance than the actual interest, just by me, you know, making those 2 payments in the month. It's not an extra payment, it's just that one monthly payment broken up into bi-weekly. So I don't know how that math is working out, but it's definitely helping me get like a bigger jump on bringing that balance down. Next is my personal loan. So the last time we checked in, it was $3,081. Now, this is my biggest drop. It is $1,100, which is $1,981 difference. So this is big. This debt is pretty much almost gone. In all honesty, the last time that I had did a check-in, I actually did a check-in on my Instagram page before I actually got to the video. But right after my second debt diary, there was like a mini check-in that I did on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, be sure to do that. But I remember saying on Instagram that I was actually considering, you know, taking some of my savings and just throwing the rest out at it so I can just be over and done with it. But, you know, life has happened and I kind of had to take a pause. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do that right away when I thought I wanted to. But it is something that I'm reconsidering, because it's like, I have more than that in my savings, and I'm just like, I just want to get rid of it. I want it to be gone. So y'all let me know in the comments what you think I should do. Should I borrow from my savings and just get rid of it, or should I just keep up with my monthly payments on that? Because I'm really conflicted, because it's like, almost at the finish line. So those are my numbers. I do want to just give you a quick update on what I plan to do to continue to pay down this debt so we can continue on this journey and keep knocking those numbers down. So your girl is looking for a new job. If you follow me on Instagram, I have been very transparent about my job journey. There was a job that I started in the beginning of this year back in March. And, you know, just for minimum context, it's not something that's like permanent and sustaining. So I do want to find something that's more permanent. And also I want to increase my income again. And so I am, you know, I'm not necessarily on the job hunt, but I am on the job hunt. I do have some prospects. And so I am hoping to, you know, find a more permanent, more solid position that I'm more comfortable in and also increase my income. So I'll probably have more live updates on that on Instagram. So again, follow you, girl. My next plan, I do not look at YouTube as a side hustle because there is a lot of time and investment that goes in before you start earning money, but I am preparing to become a YouTube partner. And so on my YouTube journey, I am very close to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And once I meet that threshold, I will be able to make an income off of the ad revenue that comes passively with my videos. And so I do want to see what that's going to look like within this before this year is out, to see, you know, on average what I'm bringing in and what I may be able to pull from my YouTube earnings so I can throw it at my debt. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm very, very close. I was doing Amazon Flex, and I have a bunch of Amazon Flex videos if you're interested on getting started. Emotionally right now, I'm just not feeling Amazon Flex. I'm just kind of in a different space. And so I'm not doing Amazon Flex as much as I used to, but I do know with the holiday season, there probably will be some bonuses that they'll be throwing out to kind of encourage drivers to go out and help with deliveries. So if a bonus pop up, then, you know, your girl's going to be out in these Amazon streets. But until then, like right now, I'm not like picking up any blocks. But again, if there's any bonuses for that, then I'll probably hop on. But kind of taking a little pause on Amazon Flex right now. I hope you found today's video helpful and inspiring and real. You know, I tried to keep it authentic out here in these YouTube streets. But I am so excited just where I am in my journey, and just, you know, I can feel and see the debt freedom just coming closer to me. So again, I hope you found this video helpful. If you are on your debt journey, stay the course, and remember to give yourself space and grace when life tends to be what it wants to be. Until next time, remember to dream, believe, and achieve.